And right now we take a live look inside Halima'uma'u crater. This is after the 37th eruption episode. It ended last night after about 9 hours of fountaining. The fountain hit heights, fountains reached about 500 to 600 feet in height. Now scientists say the summit magma is now repressurizing, suggesting that another eruptive episode is possible in the coming weeks. Now, fog is still in the air from the eruption, so the Hawaii Volcano Observatory says that anyone who has a sensitive respiratory system should take precautions if they're in the immediate area or in a community that is downwind.
Hey, you see that little volcano that developed there too yesterday, which was a pretty impressive sight. That fog going up in the atmosphere, unfortunately, with our east-southeast winds spreading over all islands, so we'll have some light fog for neighboring islands, and it'll be a little bit thicker for the Big Island for tomorrow and likely into Friday. Rainfall into North Kohala right now. Outside of that, most other spots are relatively dry across the islands. Maui County, Oahu, Kauai, not much to speak of on the radar, and we won't have a whole lot for the holiday. So our fronts are passing north of the islands, keeping us relatively quiet, not expecting a whole lot of rain. We could see showers by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week as our next front approaches. Stay tuned, this could change, but right now it does look like we'll at least have a shot of rain by midweek. And surf's probably the bigger story in the short term. High surf advisories for north and west shores. North shores 18 to 22. West 4 to 16. That's in effect until 4 a.m. on Friday. So Kauai County, Oahu, Molokai, and Maui all under that advisory with big waves on the way. So if you have plans to head to the beach, let's be safe. And you might want to consider south and east shores. It'll be much safer there. This is dangerous surf for north and west shores. Of course, surfers loving this, and they'll love our next swell that's moving in over the weekend. Let's take a look at it. Swell tracker brings it our way. This is our next weather maker, likely the biggest swell of the season so far. Extra large swell could bring potentially waves over 40 feet. The waves will rapidly rise Saturday afternoon, right around 4 p.m. is our latest target, and then that'll really peak into Saturday night early on Sunday. So what can we expect? Biggest swell so far this season, again, likely 40 to 50 foot waves. That's going to cause some erosion on the shoreline, potential flooding if this comes in as big as we anticipate it. Again, the time frame, late Saturday afternoon through Sunday. Things can change. You want to stay tuned to Island News as we get you the latest updates, but these swells is looking pretty big. Nothing going on out in the Hurricane Tracking Center. Staying quiet for tonight. 69 degrees, a little haze in the air, a little bit better chance of some fog, unfortunately, for tomorrow. Our Thanksgiving planner looking good throughout the day. Not much rain, a lot of sunshine. Temperatures right around 84 by 4 p.m. Keeping it sunny with those winds generally on the lighter side. And that's going to be the story not only for Thanksgiving, but Friday, Saturday, into Sunday. Again, some light fog possible Thursday into Friday. We'll watch that next front could bring rain potentially by Tuesday into Wednesday of next week.